Hiya, my name is Niomi and about a year and a half ago I decided to become vegetarian slash vegan. The reason why I say vegetarian slash vegan is because I do entertain milk chocolate, and that's the only thing that I do eat as being vegetarian. So a lot of people don't know how to cook corn products, so I thought I would do a little tutorial on how to do a simple rice meal, rice and corn that replies chicken for meat lovers out there. So we're going to start off with getting the rice. I've got some basmati wild rice, which is from Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's is actually really good with vegan products, as I do say. I've been to Morrison's today. Morrison's was terrible with their free-range products. Free-from range products. It was terrible. I couldn't believe it for being such a big establishment. Anyway, moving over swiftly. I'm going to get your rice. We're going to just wash. So you just want to wash your rice, as you can see. Just draining it. I usually wash my rice like 3 times. All the parts at the top will float to the top. All the parts that you don't need or don't want. See, will all float to the top. Swirl it around. See? You see all these parts at the top? All parts that you don't want. They'll come out and float out. See? Alright, then you want to put a bit more water back into it. A little bit of water that's just over the rice, not too much water. Right, so we've washed the rice off. Put a spoonful of butter in it. Right, so we've added the butter in. You put a pinch of sea salt in it. Put a tiny bit of garlic oil. Get this garlic oil from Aldi. Aldi is pretty good as well for some vegan stuff. It's pretty cheap as well. Tiny bit of garlic butter. Any kind of oil that you want to use, don't really matter. There's no specific oil. I like to use a bit of chili oil as well. If you're not into chilies, don't use chili. Anything peppery that I put in this, if you don't like peppers, do not put it in. So it's not essential. I like to add a bit of garlic and tomato. Mixed herbs. A little bit, I'm just adding the tiniest bit of each one of them, so it's only to season the rice a little bit. Parsley, this is dried parsley, but I'm only going to add a tiny bit because I've got fresh parsley anyway. I've got 4 seasoned peppercorn, which has got berries in it and all the peppers in it. You get that from Aldi as well, which is pretty nice actually, it's pretty good too. Tiny bit of that, so it's still peppery as well. Give it a bit of a stir again. Get it all down to the bottom. Now I'm going to add a crushed garlic. Where have I done the garlic? The knife. Where have I done with that? See how nice over here. Right, crush the garlic. Chop it up. Chop it as fine as possible, really. I'll chop my fingers up here. Dash the garlic in there. There's an onion, spring onion. I like to use all the spring onion. A lot of people waste the spring onion. Make sure you use the whole of it. Or the whole of the bottom anyway. That's what the part that I used to like. I'm not going to use all of it in the rice, but I'm going to use it again later anyway, so I'm just chopping it from there. Don't need a lot, just say a quarter of the onion in there. Alright, I gotta stir again. Just gonna wait for this to heat up a little bit. Then I'm gonna chop this coriander. I don't need a lot of coriander in it because remember, coriander is pretty strong. So just a bit of coriander. And I've already put dried coriander in there anyway. Got some fresh thyme. A bit of fresh thyme, chop a bit of fresh thyme. Put a bit of that in there. I like to stir it a lot of times, you see. Stir it again. Now it's starting to heat up now. Right, now I have stock pots from Aldi. I'm going to add 2. Depending on the size of your dish, because these are pretty salty. This meal that I prepared is for say about 4. Let's drop them in. Actually, I'm going to say 1 for now. We'll try 1 for now. And then we'll come back and try it again and we'll taste it. So you can still taste it to see if it's thingy. And then if it's not, right, I might have to change it. Right, so for now we're going to put 1 stock pot in it because it does look like it's enough for now. Then we can come back and add. You can always add more. So it's better to add less. Right, get a fresh avocado. This is a simple side dish to put on the side. Right. Take that piece out. Obviously, peel the avocado, chop it up. Chop the piece up as fine as possible. The ripest avocado, the better. As ripe as possible, so as black as possible. Because as you can see, this is ripe, but it's not as ripe. It takes longer to chop up. So when you put all your avocado chopped up to small pieces, like I said, as small as possible. Try to chop fingers. Keep swirling it over and chopping it in. It's a messy job. Right, get, there we go, pinch of salt. This is sea salt, I use sea salt and everything. Tiny bit of 4 seasons. Bit of parsley. Basil. Pretty much mixed herbs actually. Mixed herbs has all of this in there. Has a bit of everything in mixed herbs. Tiny bit. Garlic. Garlic and tomato. I've got a lot of this in, so I love the garlic taste with avocado. Garlic and avocado taste well together. Also, again, tiny spoon, you don't need a lot. Drip, literally. And again, don't have to use this if you don't like pepper, but I do like my chilli, so. Tiny bit in here. Drip. And then just chop it in. Chop it in and mix it in as if like that. It's a brilliant side dish to say, to add onto your salad. I'll take it seriously. That chop down too much. That was about it really. Right, then you can save this and put it in the fridge for later. Now your rice is boiled. Well, not boiled, but it's boiling. When it gets to the stage of boiling, only when it starts boiling, get a bit of foil. Maybe that's too much foil. And then put the foil on top. That's just to make the rice something that contains all the flavours as well. Yeah. Just leave that to boil for another, say, 10 minutes on there, the lowest form. We'll come back in 10 minutes and check that.
Let's go.
Right, so I'm taking some peppers. I'm chopping these peppers. Here, really good. Got some mushrooms. I don't really like the ends. You can keep, some people could like the ends, so you can keep the ends in if you want the ends. Scotch bonnet. The tiniest bit of scotch bonnet though, literally. You only need, well, say that much. Literally. It's super duper hot. Depending, some people really like it, so if you really like scotch bonnet, put half of it, put the whole thing if you like. But yeah, so I'm gonna chop down these. Try to do it as thin as possible really. I prefer to use red actually, red peppers, because then you don't know where the scotch bonnet is as well. And they mix in well with it, along with the red tomato. The tomato also brings down the heat. Well, I think. Right. I advise you to put gloves on when you chop your scotch bonnet. I ain't got no gloves, so I'm going to do it a bit sideways. Chopping that is, I really don't want to, because even when you wash it off your fingers, it still burns. I've done that. Washed off my fingers and decided to rub my eyes, thinking it was okay, and obviously, as you can imagine, my eyes start burning. Then never mind, it escalated anyway after that. That was an agonising pain. So yeah. Just be careful with the scotch bonnet when you're cutting that. Now I'm chopping up the mushrooms. You have to use mushrooms, whatever, do you know what? Whatever kind of vegetables that you like to put in, you can just put them in, to be honest. At the end. As many mushrooms as you want to put in, as many peppers as you want to put in. I've also got the spring onion, coriander and fresh basil and thyme on here as well. Fresh tomato. Everything that I'm using has been washed, so do remember to wash your products before you use them, please. There we go.